one meeting in Chennai. This is the second one. The third working group meeting will be held in Bhubaneswar next one, and subsequently the final meeting in Pune. Based on that, a working paper will be presented. The format of this press conference is simple. Secretary Sir will be giving you brief information, and we have with us Secretary Higher Education K. Sanjay Murthy, and we have with us Professor Rajiv Arora, Director IIT Ropar. In fact, IIT Ropar is the main institution coordinating this entire G20 working group here at Amritsar. After the initial briefing by Secretary Sir, then the floor will be open to questions from all of your side. As you are well aware, this particular G20 meeting is about the education working group meeting. So we would request all of our media friends to be focusing only on the questions relating to Education 20 group. No other questions would be entertained. I would request you for that. There will also be an exhibition tomorrow. I'll just like to give you a small information about this also. An exhibition is also being held at Guru Khalsa, the main venue of the event. Tomorrow, 12:45, you will be allowed entry there also. You will be requested to come and visit that. That exhibition will showcase so many different stalls by leading institutions, by startup ventures. You will come yourself, and after the particular today's press conference, we will give a press release based on which you can make your stories. Now I'll hand over the floor to Secretary Sir for his briefing. Sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Nice to see so many media friends today. But in addition to what Mr. Chaudhary did brief you about, I'll just tell you the context in which this education working group is happening. I hope English is okay, or do I have to do it in Hindi? Hindi? Okay. So the education working group as part of the G20 is fairly a recent working group. This is the 5th year of this thing. So that means it was set up only 4 years back. So it is relatively young, and it's a working group amongst all these countries of G20 countries and the invited countries. So you have a set of 29 countries who participate in these working group deliberations. As Mr. Chaudhary had mentioned, the first one was in Chennai, and each of these working groups you have one special theme. In Chennai it was EdTech learning, whereas the one that is the theme for greater deliberations is research and collaboration for innovation. That is the theme for this working group in Amritsar. The one that is there in Bhubaneswar is on future of work, and the one that is identified in Pune is on foundational literacy and numeracy. So while we did EdTech learning in Chennai, we are going to do research and collaboration for innovation in Amritsar. So it is in that context that this seminar is being organized tomorrow, wherein through the aegis of IIT Ropar, they have been able to collate the best startups and the best innovations throughout the country. Not only the country, but a large number of them from the state of Punjab itself, from the agriculture sector, from the dairy sector, and from variety of institutions within the state. So it has given the opportunity for the universities and the children of the state of Punjab and their universities to come and demonstrate to this international audience the type of path-breaking innovations that they are able to produce in their campuses to be showcased internationally for greater traction in the deliberations that are to follow. The entire purpose is to show the vibrancy of innovation that our academic networking between institutions. While we are able to demonstrate this in the exhibition and in the seminar tomorrow, this will lead into the deliberations that are happening day after. When we sit on these topics, these 4 topics will be discussed in the education working group day after tomorrow and on the 17th. And when we are progressing towards ministerial declaration in the month of June, the feedback and the response that we get from these seminars and the exhibitions feed into those deliberations. So to that extent, it is one of a key event for us in our journey towards the ministerial working group in June in Pune. Now, I will also ask Professor Ahuja, the Director IIT Ropar, to briefly mention about the key innovations that he has collated for you today. But in side by side, the other things that we are focusing is on that it is not an event that is just restricted to the educational institutions and citizens of Amritsar. But we have tried to make an effort to see that all key institutions of the state of Punjab also participate in this seminar. So while we have a restricted seating capacity, an invitation has been sent out by IIT Ropar to all the institutions there to ensure that there is participation from the students and faculty of such colleges to witness the seminar and as well as the exhibition. In addition to what is demonstrated here, we have many of the G20 countries also exhibiting their research and products here. There are quite a few countries who have also exhibited, and as mentioned to you, you will get an opportunity to see that tomorrow. Now that event is, while we use that opportunity to show it to our G20 friends, that exhibition which has been so painstakingly put up will be open to all the educational institutions for the next 3 days. So they too will get an opportunity to come and visit it after the delegates have visited it tomorrow, thereby giving a greater impact and opportunity for students to get encouraged by what they witnessed there. I have this much to add, but I'll just ask Professor Ahuja to add a little bit more on the innovations that are on display tomorrow.
Innovation through collaboration. So innovation is a big part of this event, and that's make a difference compared to other events. And we are not only showing the Punjab, but all over India. But we have much focus on Punjab. And for example, you can think about many technology like you are talking about nowadays. The Punjab is stable burning, and how we can use the stable in a most the way where we can use them in a better way, actually, not just burning, and how to make a useful product from them. And then Punjab is also a hub for the textile industry also. So we are going to show what innovation has been done in the how to clean the water, because textile industry is one of the biggest user of the water. So we have developed the nanotechnology, we call nanobubble technology. So that will be shown there, and in future that technology will be also put in the Harmandir Sahib, that pond also, to clean the water. And we are also working in the area of the smart agriculture, and how our farmers can use those innovative techniques and they can use in their farmlands. And we are already in touch with many young farmers, not only in the Punjab but in other part of Punjab, and they want to use it. And then the other thing is that there will be many stalls also related to millets, because this is the year of millet also. So you will see a lot of stall, and how you can use millet, how you can grow the millet, and how we can educate the farmers also to grow the millet and make a full supply chain. So another thing is that you will see the also innovation for the Punjab for the agriculture sector, the soil testing. So you will see a lot of the apps has been developed, and with some small devices you can put in the soil, and you can get all the basic parameters of your soil in your phone in app. And then that will be helpful for the small farmers who has less than 4 to 5 acre lands, and they want to have a soil testing, and what kind of the seed they have to use, what kind of fertilizer they have to use, how many water they have to use. So there will be a lot of, and then we are also working also, because now we are using a lot of this toxic spray in the fields. So there is a company coming which you can see that is called Syngenta, and we have developed new devices to trace because when we spray these things, we kill the insect which are friendly also. So we will show you what we are doing in that, and you will see that how the innovation is used in that sector also. So this is a very wide variety of invention you will see, and you can have an opportunity to touch them actually. It's not like that we are showing in a poster or some movie and you're watching. So you can touch it and you can ask how it will be used and how we can use. So this is the best feature of our this exhibition, which will be run for 3 days, and it will be very useful for especially our young children and the who want to come in the area of innovation. For them, it will be a path-breaking event for their future. And as you know that I want to add one thing more, that IIT Ropar is in the Punjab, so that is our proud actually moment. So it's not that this G20 event can be in other city or any other state, but for this is a proud moment for whole Punjab, and especially for IIT Ropar, that ministry has trust on us, and they trust that we are the younger IITs and how we are growing, so they believe in us because we are also growing in the same direction through research and innovation, through a collaboration. So this also reflect in this vertical of education, that what we are doing in Ropar also, and you all should be proud of that IIT Ropar is doing so well, and it belongs to Punjab. We are situated in Punjab, and we are looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
There is also a separate segment on Indian knowledge systems, which is part of initiative of the Ministry of Education. As you know, under the National Education Policy 2020, we need to see that Indian knowledge systems are imbibed or brought forward and are part of pedagogy or curriculum of our institutions. The exhibition that is there on Indian knowledge systems will give you a glimpse of type of the work that is happening and how we need to bring this forward. So the rich culture and heritage of Punjab will be brought out there. And I strongly urge you to take the time to see that and see how that is brought out. And now I leave it to you for. The seminar is on research and collaboration. It's an education working group. Research and collaboration has to happen amongst educational institutions and research labs. It is a very focused discussion to see that how amongst research institutions and academic institutions in the country, among states and amongst G20 countries and invitee countries collaborate for addressing the SDG goals that we have. While we all work in isolations, you have seen that India in the past, even in the COVID period, has done fantastic research in bringing out vaccines or applications, and it has all happened due to collaboration of academic institutions. Now, if you need to leverage such type of things, we are here to show the G20 countries and the invited countries that if your academic institutions are able to leverage our academic institutions in research and collaborations, we feel that there is a great potential for better impact and better efficacy of whatever research is done. So it is not a question of bringing all the stakeholders of any research topic, but the academicians who are part of this research collaboration to sit together and identify areas where they can collaborate towards for a better research outcome. One is that this seminar, it's while it may be structured, it gives you an opportunity to present our achievements and as well as our roadmap towards the areas that you talked about. The seminar is structured in 2-3 matters. We have Professor Rangarajan, who is the director of Indian Institute of Science. And Indian Institute of Science is the only institution in India which has got a perfect 100 score in QS ranking in research. He is going to give a presentation on the best practices of research collaboration amongst all the G20 countries. Okay. Then you have Professor Murthy, who is a director of IIT Hyderabad, who is going to do the similar thing, but for India. What are the best practices that are happening in the research institutions, in academic institutions in this, and where collaborations have worked for the benefit of all. Now, having said that, in the recent budget, you must have realized there were three critical announcements that were made. One was on centers of excellence on artificial intelligence. And while making that announcement, there were three specific subjects that they had identified. One was on agriculture, one was on health, and the third was on sustainable cities. These three centers of excellences will not be just done by one institution. It has to be done in a collaboration or a network of institutions on all these three disciplines. And I think such type of seminars is timely for us to even conceptualize how we are going to do such type of things if collaboration has to happen. And I'm telling you that these are the ways where disruptive technologies are going to overtake whatever our traditional means have been thought so far. As an example, our application of CoWIN, which was done in-house with a limited set of institutions working on it, you are able to deliver a COVID certificate within a matter of seconds, which has not been done anywhere in the world to the extent and scale which has been done here. It is those technologies that we want to showcase here to show where our digital transformation and our digital goods are being showcased for the betterment of not only our country but our offerings to the world at large. And I'm sure that this opportunity will give us a platform to do that. When we did this last in IIT Madras, I could tell you the amount of appreciation and warmth feedback that we got from all the participants on the type of work that that academic institution was doing. So I'm really excited and hopeful to look at what type of response that we would get from our invited countries tomorrow. And we look forward for our academic institutions also to highlight the ones that would pose great potential for the future, for definitely addressing the sustainable development goals that we need to do.
I think this is very cost effective because you can do in few thousand rupees, like 4,000 to 5,000 rupees. You can do this 4 to 5,000 rupees only. So that's the advantage because the poor farmers, they can do it by themselves in the field. So that's.
So how what will you could cover the farming community?
So actually, this is not what we are going to discuss is here, but IIT Ropar has already interacting with those farmers, and we have a regular farmer meet. Actually, last week itself we have a festival. We celebrated the millet festival, and then all the farmers came and we discussed this issue there also.
Which is very specific to the farmers of Punjab, Haryana. I think it is great if media also takes it forward. We'll work it out separately also.
You know, we have this platform called Swayam. Now, Swayam is a platform which is also on the DTH. It's called Swayam Prabha. You have more than 2.4 crore children registered on that platform. Under that platform, there are more than 2,000 plus courses which are there across streams, engineering, social sciences, management. These courses are delivered through that platform. Okay, it's managed by IIT Madras and it is done. You have top institutions, top IIT professors delivering those courses. IIM Bangalore and all such reputed institutions deliver each of those courses. We are at that stage where we will have this AI working on the progress of that student. If you are giving him a test, you are mapping his progress, AI will be able to tell you the progress that that student is making on his learning outcomes. How much has he picked up on that course or that day? It is based on that AI input that you will know how much of further improvement that student requires, what is the principles or topics that he needs to be told, such that he will be able to understand that entire topic. So we feel that in a remote area where you do not have a proper faculty because of the size of that institution, you might not have all disciplines. But the national education policy says that you should give the opportunity to your child to study whatever topic he wants to study. He may be doing maths, but he wants to study sociology, and that college doesn't have sociology. This platform will give you that opportunity that he can take a course, a credit course of sociology from that platform. So if he is taking that course digitally, how do you see his learning outcomes are? AI is a fantastic tool to see that it will encourage both the teacher as well as the student in ensuring the students both in accessibility and in learning outcomes. So I see that there is a great future for AI in that.
Level में जब आता है बच्चा, so we always push them to go to technology only or BTech, or we don't say that okay you can do research also as a parents also. So we have to put more emphasis on basic sciences, and we should put this thing to our kids actually. And we are doing that. We are going to the school and creating this kind of environment that they should go in research. Also, as a BTech engineer, also we want to put in the curriculum itself in a BTech program that they should do one internship in a research institution so they can get the aptitude for doing research. So that's the way, because right now research people they take as a last option. So they want to go do something more fancy than doing research. But when research is nowadays is not on that, we are not talking research just publication. We are not talking about translational research. It means whatever you're doing research, it's coming in the product. So we have to create that kind of environment, especially in the schools who are the kids in the 10th or 12th level. So when they come to the IITs or any engineering institution or university, so they know that there's the area, the research, they can also achieve, and they can also make a career there also.